Isaac Newton was born on January 4th, 1643, to his mother, Hannah Ayscough, and his father, Sir Isaac Newton Sr. When he was 12, he attended the King's School in Grantham, England. After a few years in the school, when he was just 16, his mother pulled him out of school to work on the family farm. Whether it was a lack of interest or Newton was just a bad farmer, he was not successful. Due to his mediocrity, he was able to leave the farm after 2 years and go to college. Newton studied at Trinity College at Columbia University starting in 1661. In order to pay for his education, Newton did a work-study program where he had to wait on tables, and he also cleaned up wealthier students' rooms. After Newton's mentor, Isaac Barrow, recognized Newton's full potential, he resigned from his professorship in 1669, allowing Newton to take his position. After Newton studied for 3 years, he was not doing stellar in school. However, his efforts allowed him to gain a scholarship to fund 4 more years of study at Trinity College. Newton discovered some of the fundamentals of calculus that we still use today. Although determining the average slope for the function was no issue, as the slope of a graph constantly changes, Newton had trouble determining the slope of the curve at any given point. Newton realized that if you take the average slope of segments as they get infinitely closer to the point, the average slope becomes closer to the exact value of the slope. In order to do this, Newton created the method of fluxions, or as we know today, differential calculus, which allowed finding the slope at a specific point much easier. Newton also created the inverse of differentiation, the method of fluence. Today we call that integration. This led to the creation of the fundamental theorem of calculus that we all know and love today. However, in Germany, another mathematician by the name of Leibniz also independently discovered many of these same theorems. Newton had never published any of his work until 1693, as he was afraid to be ridiculed, yet Leibniz started publishing his work in 1684. Although Newton did not own the title of first publication, did not stop him from creating what is considered to be the greatest scientific book in history. His book, called The Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, was originally published in 1687 after 15 long, grueling months. His entire focus was on the book, and he frequently stayed up all night working on it. The contents of the book include his advancements in calculus and also physics. Newton discovered the 3 basic laws of motion, and even more infamously, the law of universal gravitation. His theories contained in the book span from mechanics to the motion of the moon. Yet Leibniz started publishing his work in 1684. The Royal Society granted the first discovery to Newton, but the first publication to Leibniz. However, this became controversial as Newton created the accusation against Leibniz, and it was simply one's word against the others.
Go. Baby Harry Potter.
Alright.
Goo gaga, goo goo goo. No, definitely not.